So guys, before we get into the videos I've got for you guys, let's take a look at some of the headlines. Here it says US to provide intelligence support, defense equipment to Nigeria. Presidency, the Tinubu's government is telling us that US has promised to give them intelligence support and also to provide them with equipment. So guys, Nigerians have rejected this offer by Donald Trump, saying that giving all this intelligence to Tinubu that is going to land into the hands of these terrorists. Nigerians are saying no. Let me take you through one or two of the reactions coming from Nigerians. Like this person here say, if you like, provide all the intelligence to the Nigerian government. The terrorists will still be causing havoc because the government of Nigeria is complicit in the terrorism happening in our country. APC is a terrorist organization. Hey, and another person here said Americans should know that as long as a repentant Boko Haram is in the Nigerian army, providing intelligence to Nigerian army is very risky at the moment, because doing so is like using basket to fetch water, because it will surely have a leak directly or indirectly. Tread with caution, USA. They are warning US to be very careful. And this other person said the intelligence that moles in the military will leak to the terrorists. If the US cannot do it itself, they should forget it. They say if the United States is not coming to take away these terrorists themselves, they should forget it. That we don't want their intelligence support and defense equipment. We want America on ground. That's what Nigerians are saying. And this person here said, I am of the opinion that the presidency is misleading us by presenting this message. The Nigerian government cannot receive any intelligence from the US government, as the alleged sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, which is destroying thousands of lives in Nigeria, are in the government. So guys, I'm going to stop there. Let me take you through more headlines here. This one here says how it just in Southwest governors converged on Ibadan for emergency security meeting. So guys, after the Kwara State church victims came out to tell the whole world that, you see, these bandits have taken over the forest, that you need, if you get there, you get to know that they are kings in the forest. They are in charge. They have the monopoly of the forest in Nigeria. You cannot run away. They've taken over everywhere. Now the Southwest governors are converging. It is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, and people see him as an enemy of the state, and now it's getting to everybody. Now this other headline says local hunter who assisted security agencies against terrorists in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, faces 45 years in jail term. So somebody who gave information on how to catch the bandits is now going to spend 45 years in prison. So guys, and we are saying America is coming to help. There is no political will. You see, if you help give them information on how to deal with the terrorists, you are going to jail. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. The level of complicity is even so worrisome. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Now take a look.
What are your first thoughts when you heard that 50 or 51? Some papers say 50, but the presidency said 51. 51 escaped. They were not rescued, they escaped. They are abductors, and they had to be, their families had to be contacted before we knew that they were back home, and of course they couldn't go back to the school. Now that's on one hand. And then schools being shut, closed down to curb further kidnappings of young people. What are your thoughts when we put all of this together?
Look, it is very unfortunate that the government have perfected the act of propaganda and lies. Seriously.
Where is the lie?
Look, the girl did not escape anywhere. The truth is that when this thing happened, the girls went to hide somewhere around the they went into hiding while these people were doing their thing. These girls managed to go and hide.
They were not kidnapped.
They were never. If not, ask yourself, how could 50 of them escape?
Where did you get your information?
The information is out there. That was what the police said. Go and read today's paper. That is God tell us that some girls that went into hiding have rejoined their parents and the school. That is a better way of saying, instead of telling me that they escaped. Because you and I know that it is not possible for 50 of them to escape from the hands of the bandits. It's not possible.
Is it even possible for 50 to go into hiding?
I said they were hiding.
Was taking place?
They were hiding away from these terrorists when they stormed the school. It is within the perimeter fence outside. Outside, like this is the wall, and they went at the back.
So do you think the government is being insincere with the information?
I am coming just to clarify to a point. Now, you are now claiming that they escape. But you don't tell us how they escape. Please, for God's sake, even if we adapt or that everybody in Nigeria is a zombie, how could 50 girls escape from the terrorist den? And they didn't make any move to recapture them. How far could that go? In a forest, they just managed to escape. How? Nothing. You see, this government, they keep annoying people seriously. Anyway, I am not amused because when Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced on Thursday last week, the prosecutor from the government side said that now that Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced, that there will be security, insecurity will die in the southeast, in the south, in the southwest, that Nigeria will now have peace. Go and look at what he said. Moses, just over the weekend, this lie have you not been exposed? Because every other thing Nnamdi Kanu, everything that happened Nnamdi Kanu. Now look at that propaganda. Have you not been punctured? I expected that man to talk now. That is it. I expected him to come and tell us how Nnamdi Kanu is the problem that is going on now. Because he said it, that with Nnamdi Kanu sentencing, there will be peace in Nigeria.
Barrister, is that what he said?
Go and check it. What are you telling? Is that what he said? What?
Barrister, what I heard him say was that with the sentence of Nnamdi Kanu, that the innocent people that were killed, you know, that their soul will now have respite. Yes.
That was what he said.
Yes, that was what I heard.
No, okay, I'm telling you what I heard. He said I will peace.
Okay, that's what you heard. And he heard a different
thing. Yes, that different thing, yes.
And the judge said what he said.
Exactly.
So that's okay. But let's keep it within
because even at that, please, even at that, was it not Nnamdi Kanu that was blamed for all the insecurity, even the one that happened in Lagos here? You had the Gaba, is it a
let's not make it an Nnamdi Kanu conversation.
Oh, so what I'm saying is that this thing that is happening now, no, it's very painful, seriously. You know when you are wearing the shoe, you know where it's pinching. That you single that one man.
Should we applaud the president because he seems to be hands-on right now? He cut short his trip, and we've seen the result of that. The 38 church CAC church members that were kidnapped have regained their freedom. Should listen.
To talk. So where are the kidnappers?
What do you think happened?
Fine. The same thing that happened before. Listen very well. When the Dapchi girls was kidnapped, Dapchi girls, it is the same process, the same modus operandi. On the day they struck, everywhere was cleared. No police, no army, no DSS. And they came in with 15 Hilux trucks to take away these girls. And this was the place that was under curfew. In fact, I don't know how Nigeria, I don't know. We just allow everything they tell us, everything that happened. Nobody asks questions, nobody talks.
The governor of Borno State, where Governor Babagana Zulum has said, look, today has been declared work-free day, so there will be fasting and praying in Borno State.
Really? So
what do you make of that?
This is the first time, Abi. Moses, this is the first time. You can imagine. Just like that US congressman said that instead of the president to take serious step to arrest this insecurity, they are
sending that we need.
It's part of it. Now sending MDs here and there. We're closing down the school to pray. You can imagine. How can this solve the problem?
All right. Okay. But Barrister, we also understand that the worshippers, the 38 worshippers at the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, somewhere in which state now? Niger?
No, in Kwara State.
In Kwara State, you know, have regained their freedom. Okay, like you also understand that. Look, how does that fit into the debate, the ongoing debate about Christian genocide and all of that? Because a few people are saying, look, this could have been state managed, you know, in the heat of the moment, take away these Christians and bring them back to create the impression there is no genocide. Does that fit into that?
No, not only that. Look at how it happened. All of a sudden, after taking all the risk, they took away the girls. And when there was too much hoopla, they returned them. Go easy. come easy. Are you telling me here now that the government have made effort?
Were they really returned?
Well, people died. People died in that.
Yes, people here, the people that died, did they return them? Let them tell us, because these terrorists, they can't take all these risks and return their captors for nothing. It's not possible.
And that be the barrister.
It's not possible.
Okay, you think ransom was paid?
So, look, I can bet my last couple. Money was paid because they cannot take that risk for nothing. Why did they kidnap them in the first place? Or was it not because of money? The first reason for kidnapping those girls was for money, nothing else. So how could you not return them without the money?
So, Barrister, if money was paid, you know, if ransom was paid, then it detracts from the theory that, look, it was make-believe, just to create impression that there is...
Of course, because of the hoopla and because of what is going on. Well, so they don't want the government to look bad. Okay. So government quickly arrange something so that
Barrister,
these girls will come back.
Since we don't know for sure if ransom was paid, it's just a postulation. You know, we are just trying to analyze it. But should it matter if ransom is paid by maybe the government to release kidnapped victims? Should it matter? Or the fact that people that have been kidnapped have been released?
It matters because the people that are considered, because we are talking of Christian genocide, is that not true? It matters because the people that are considered are Muslim terrorists. It matters. I wanted them to tell me that it was Christians terrorists that did all these things. So all the things that is happening today, they are all profess the same religion.
Barrister, I ask my question in light of the fact that if kidnapped victims are reunited with their families, there will be joy. Now, the families may not care how they were brought back, whether it was negotiation, whether it was invasion, you know, they will not care much. But should Nigerians be worried, or what will the international community think that there was probably ransom payments by government or its allies or proxies to ensure that people are kidnapped? What does that portend in the with the fight against insecurity?
Look, in the first place, should it happen? That's the first thing you ask yourself. After all that has been going on over the years, should we be talking about this at this point in time? The answer is capital no. So why is it happening? Even when America was threatened, this guy didn't care. They still continue with their business. So that will tell you that this thing is deeper than you and I are looking at it. It's deeper. We are going to live with this thing maybe in the next 100 years. That is the impression I'm getting here. Except something serious is done by this government or any other government, this thing will not go away. It doesn't look like it will go away very soon. It doesn't look like, because the profit is so high. They are making money. They are cashing out. That is the first thing. And so, why do you want a business that is thriving to stop? Please tell me. When there are so many girls and so many schools to kidnap and make money, why would you want it to stop?
Should there be some sort of agreement between the government of Nigeria and these bandits to ensure that other bandits will not invade Nigeria? We heard Sheikh Gumi on this station some days back, where he said, look, Nigeria should negotiate with bandits so they can protect the forest, they can protect the borders.
Can you imagine?
And they need Nigeria should be ready to spend money. That's what he said.
Can you imagine?
That the government of Nigeria should be ready to spend money to protect the borders, so that these bandits will protect against other invaders, the Lakurawas and the Wolowolus and the rest of them, because those are other invaders. So we have other actors in this field. Should that be a consideration?
Look, a dog cannot eat a dog. You know that.
But we saw that play out in Borno with killings between ISWAP and the Boko Haram terrorists. So they kill themselves.
No, they are looking for territorial control. That was what happened there.
That's the same reason a dog might eat a dog.
No, territorial control. And maybe after that, did they go away? No, they still control their territory. That we are encroaching on my territory can cause problem among terrorists. But that does not stop what they are doing. All this one go be say who protect you? You are using bandit, terrorists to protect your forest. How does this sound in your ear? So we should be paying them so that we can live in peace and be terrorists.
Well, we use the militants to protect the pipelines.
Look, Mr. Moses, please. Nigeria have lost it. When discussion have gotten to this level, Nigeria have lost it. No, there are no two words about it.
Barrister, you said something about this business being
very profitable.
Very profitable.
Yes, yes.
Barrister, is it about business or is it about politics? Because we also hear some people say, look, this thing is being orchestrated to ensure that they make this country ungovernable, a section of the country ungovernable, and create impression that the government is irresponsible and unable to protect lives and property of people.
The government.
So you don't read any political conspiracy?
No. It's the political will to do the needful, because government is look. Who is that individual that is more powerful than government? Tell me.
Barrister, I'm sorry to cut you short. That is my question is this. Now you said that this business is thriving because they are making a lot of money.
Yes.
And government is not doing anything to stop it.
Yes.
That is one strand of the argument.
Exactly.
Then there's another that says, look, these things are orchestrated, like between 2014 and 2015, the kidnap of the Chibok girls, the heightened insecurity to paint the Jonathan government, in bad light. Now we have seen a resurgence of all of this ahead of 2027. So when you say it is business for these people, are you removing the political angle to it? Because people believe it's also politically motivated.
No. It is the political angle that is fueling it. If it is not political, then tell me why government will be looking the other side when these guys are operating and doing their thing. Or have you not heard stories that that school was being manned by security agencies until somebody gave them order to leave that place, and 30 minutes after the terrorists came in? What does that tell you? Do you need anybody to tell you what is going on here?
Or was it political or economic?
It's political. There are some political interests that are fueling this thing. Yes, in political interest, not in the economy. It is the politics of it that you should be worried about, because we are playing politics with the life of your people. That's the truth. Who gave that order that those people should leave that place? Who?
That's the next question I want to ask you. Because you made mention of Dapchi girls and you saw the stories around them. And the same thing again played out in Kebbi State, where we learned, according to the information made available to newsmen, that military personnel were there until a certain time. When they leave, and it wasn't up to 1 hour thereabouts after they left the place, we saw the bandit strike. Here on the cover page of the National Daily, I think the Blueprint newspaper today, we learned that the defense headquarters have decided that they are going to probe claims of claims of troops withdrawal before the KB school abduction. Now juxtapose it with what some Nigerian soldiers have come up to tell Nigerians about how they are willing to engage these people, even with the little weapon that they have, and they will got orders saying, don't do this, don't do that, withdraw. And we do see them sometimes when they make videos, a ceasefire, don't shoot, even when they know that is the necessary thing to do.
Have you seen where policy came in? The person that is doing this thing now, does it mean well for you and I? The answer is no. If they have taken care of the Dapchi girl, this one would not have happened. The person that gave that order in that of Dapchi, I am sure he's still operating till today, and he will still continue to operate even till tomorrow, because no will to rent them in. You're supposed to ask who gave you order to leave your charge. Okay. Yes, but nobody doing that.
Barrister, thank you very much.
Tomorrow another one will happen. I will come to talk about it.
Well, it's frustrating really to see the continuation of kidnappings and abductions, killings and arrests. It's really troubling. Let's go to, we have Professor Emmanuel Usue with us. Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning.
Well, good to have you join us this morning. The last time you were here, we were unable to take your contribution, but I do hope that we'll have ample time today to take your contribution. Now, you are in Benue. I hear that you've had to bury some loved ones too. What do you think about the recent activity of government in curbing insecurity? You think it's work in progress? And also, tell us about your experience.
Thank you very, very much. In as much as I am in support of the government in some other areas of development in terms of projects, road construction, development of industries, I really share that thinking with the government. However, I have strong reservations concerning security measures of the government in Benue State. What that means is the recent utterances of His Excellency is worrying. Because he is not a custodian of English language. He does not amount to genocide, except if he has his own definition that some of us have no access to it of genocide. So when he made that statement publicly, I was completely taken somewhere else. And I was asking questions of what was the motivation? What is his interest? Because this is the same person who is assuring us that he is working in order to secure safety of our people and the return of IDPs back to their ancestral homes. And then the same person coming up to tell us that what has happened in Benue State and is happening is not genocide is seriously worrisome. Until I have the facts that he has, that I will be able to understand why he decided to say what he said. For me and my personal experience, I lost family members directly by these Fulani so-called headers. And from 2011, I came to understand that they are not even headers. They are criminals. They are terrorists. They just wear the common flag of being headers, and then come to our communities and dislodge our local communities, establish themselves in such ancestral lands of our people. So I think we are not being sincere to ourselves.
When you say we are not being sincere to ourselves, Professor Emmanuel,
and those who are beneficiaries of these terrorist activities in one way or the other.
Professor, if you can hear me, don't you think the president's statement comes after he listened to what the governor of Benue State said? I'm talking about Reverend Hyacinth Alia. He happens to be the executive governor of Benue, and he told the world that there is nothing like Christian genocide happening in Benue State. What do you have to say about this, as someone who have lost loved one also to the hands of these, non-school or non-state actors? I beg your pardon.
I have already said his definition of genocide is different from the one I know.
Exactly.
And he cannot tell me that he's a custodian of English language. The dictionary that he's using to define what genocide is different from what we know. So we do not subscribe to his own thinking of what genocide is. What happened in Yellowater, 200 lives were destroyed. All of them were Christians. None of them was a Muslim. None of them.
Yeah.
What happened? The 73 bodies that were buried by Otom administration, none of them were Christian. And we can list the communities that have been in Agatu, 300 lives were claimed, and subsequently about 60 lives and so on and so forth. And none of them were Muslims. They were all Christians.
Okay.
And so what is he saying?
Okay,
Look,
Professor.
in as much as I support his administration, I distance myself with that kind of utterances that he is not being sincere to us and to the word.
Okay, Professor. Now you were talking about your
Yes.
you losing family members. Your community, your
Yes.
own community, is this still
Yes.
standing, or has it been overrun?
My community is Buruku.
Okay.
Buruku local government. I come from Buruku local government.
Okay.
Buruku local government is neighboring Goma, Logo, Taka, Boko, and Katsanala. Those are the neighbors of Buruku local government. And the criminals come through Logo and
So your
Goma.
community now, has it been renamed? Is it among communities that have been, local governments that have been renamed, taken over by bandits? That's the question I'm asking.
No, it has not been renamed. And
So guys, there have been a whole lot of reactions after the United States promised to give Nigeria assistance in intelligence support and also defense equipment, and Nigerians are saying Trump shouldn't try it, that if he does it, the weapons, the defense equipment are going to fall into the hands of the terrorists, and also the intelligence. You can imagine the intelligence are also going to land in the hands of the terrorists. Don't forget that before now, America wanted to help when Chibok girls were kidnapped, and guess what? The intelligence they gave to Nigeria leaked in the camp of, these terrorists before they could get there, because they wanted to strike them in another way. But when they got there, the Americans discovered that the terrorists already have the information, and that was how they left Nigeria. Now the Tinubu's government is telling Nigerians that Tinubu plans to support them with intelligence, and Nigerians have been reacting that there's no point for Tinubu's government to even dare it, because Tinubu's government, there's no need for the Trump's government to dare, because Tinubu's government is not ready to fight terrorism. Now let me take you through some of these reactions. Like this person here said, real Donald Trump, sir, if you are coming to Nigeria's aid, if you are coming to Nigeria, it is to support with defense equipment, then I will advise you to stay back in your country, because you are only coming to recruit more terrorists and give them more weapons to operate. Hey, and this other person here said, is it the first time US is providing equipment? At the end of the day, it falls into the hands of terrorists. The US should better come down and do the job once and for all. And this other person here said, US giving Nigeria intelligence and defense equipment sounds good, but let's be honest, our system leaks. Until Nigeria fixes internal sabotage and constant information breaches, any foreign intel we receive will end up in the wrong hands. You can't pour water into a leaking basket. That is what this Nigerian is saying. And this other person here said, Nigeria's officials are about to hang themselves because America will give them intelligence and watch them do it. So failure to do so, sabotage will be taken out immediately. And another person here says, you don't want US to come, but you want US intelligence support and defense equipment. Nigeria will always remain a terrorist safe haven. This person here says, these allies, US portals cannot make the mistake of placing valuable intelligence in the hands of Islamic jihadists. Now bandits go use the intelligence support last. So guys, for this Nigeria way we did. So Nigerians are saying that, and for America to say they are coming and they want to supply Nigeria with intelligence and defense equipment, that it makes no sense, because the Nigerian government is not ready to do anything. At the end of the day, this thing is going to end at the hands of terrorists, and they are going to use it against the people. So guys, many reactions going by the way these terrorists are operating boldly, and we've heard that there are powerful people in government who are supporting them, and also we've been told that they are all over the places, be the military, the navy, all over the place, they've been recruited. So it's difficult to really fight them. And for America to stay afar off to say, I'm sending this to end terrorism, it's not going to work. Nigerians say, America, come in yourself and do this work, because we are tired of this. The promises that this government has promised us and failed are numerous, and we can't continue that way. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought on all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.